Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 14th and 15th of August. The infographics used in our current affairs series are uploaded on a Twitter account. You can check the link from description box or from the pinned comment. For Hindi current affairs, please subscribe to our GKToday Hindi channel. Let's start. Which union ministry has launched Swaccha Survakshan Grameen? Right answer is Ministry of Jal Shakti. So recently, Union Jal Shakti Minister Mr. Gajendra Singh Shekhawat launched India's largest sanitation survey, Swaccha Survakshan Grameen. The objective of this survey is to engage rural communities in improvement of sanitation status through intensive campaign. If we talk about Jal Shakti, the Jal Shakti Ministry was created after the merger of Ministry of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation along with Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. Recently, Jal Shakti Ministry was in news as it launched Jal Shakti Abhiyan, that is a water conservation campaign. Apart from that, recently, Union Human Resource Development Minister Mr. Ramesh Nishank launched Samagar Shiksha Jal Suraksha Drive to create awareness about water conservation. The famous Panch Amritam of Palani Temple has recently got GI tag. The temple is located in which state? Right answer is Tamil Nadu. So recently, the famous Panch Amritam of Palani Temple got GI tag. This is first time a temple prasadam from Tamil Nadu has been conferred with GI tag. Apart from that, recently, Erode turmeric of Tamil Nadu got GI tag. GI stands for Geographical Indication. Usually, the GI tag is valid for a period of 10 years, after which it can be renewed. The first product to get a GI tag in India was Darjeeling tea. If we talk about few other products which got GI tag recently, Karnataka and Maharashtra got GI tag for Namma Kolhapuri chappals. On the other hand, recently, Kanmal Haldi of Odisha got GI tag and Sirsi Supari also got GI tag. The researchers at which IIT have developed a low-cost blood test device. Right answer is IIT Kharagpur. So the researchers from IIT Kharagpur have developed a low-cost diagnostic device. This device can perform various pathological tests by using the blood taken from a finger prick. If we talk about few other initiatives by different IITs, recently IIT Kharagpur was also in news as it has developed a hydrothermal carbonization technology to convert solid waste into biofuel. Apart from that, IIT Kharagpur was also in news as it developed Care for You app for elderly people. On the other hand, recently IIT Madras was in news as it has developed Smart Agricopter to eliminate manual spraying of pesticides in agricultural fields. IIT Madras was also in news as it has developed a unified scripts for 9 Indian languages, and the name of the script is Bharti script. Who has become the first Indian chef to receive French honor? Right answer is Priyam Chatterjee. So recently, Mr. Priyam Chatterjee has become the first Indian chef to receive French honor. If we talk about France, recently France was in news because of GAFA tax. GAFA stands for Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon. France was also in news as it has decided to impose green tax on plane tickets from 2020. The capital of France is Paris and Mr. Emmanuel Macron is the current French president. And recently at Paris summit, French president and New Zealand Prime Minister launched Christchurch Coal Initiative to eliminate terrorist and violent content online. France was also in news as it is the host of this year G7 summit. Answer in comment box. Recently, which G7 country became the first country to officially join China's Belt and Road Initiative? Which organization has launched a special drive Operation Number Plate? Right answer is RPF, that is Railway Protection Force of Indian Railways, has launched a special drive named Operation Number Plate. The purpose of this drive was to identify vehicles parked in the premises of Indian Railways and at several no parking zones for beyond the stipulated time or for longer period. If we talk about RPF was also in news as it recently launched Operation Thrust to crack down the selling of unauthorized packaged drinking water. If we talk about few other operations which were in news recently Indian Navy was in news because of Operation Sankalp. It was in Persian Gulf and Gulf of Oman to reassure Indian flagged vessels transiting through area. On the other hand, recently BSF was in news because of Operation Sudarshan. This operation is to fortify Pakistan border in Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. If we talk about BSF, it is Border Security Force, and recently Mr. V.K. Johari has been appointed as the new Director General of BSF. Who has been elected as the new President of Guatemala? Right answer is Mr. Alejandro Giamatti. So Mr. Alejandro Giamatti has been elected as the new President of Guatemala. If we talk about few other political leaders which were in news recently Miss Yojana Kaputova became the first female president of Slovakia. On the other hand, Mr. Prayut Chan-o-cha became the new Prime Minister of Thailand. The capital of Thailand is Bangkok. Apart from that, recently, the former president of Egypt, Mr. Mohamed Morsi, passed away. The capital of Egypt is Cairo. On the other hand, recently, Tunisian president, Mr. Beji Essebsi, passed away. He was the world's oldest sitting president. As per Pradhan Mantri Kisan Maan-Dhan Yojana, a monthly pension of how much amount will be provided to eligible farmers on attaining the age of 60? Right answer is Rupee 3000. So recently, government started registration for Pradhan Mantri Kisan Maan-Dhan Yojana. If we talk about this scheme, it is voluntary and contributory for farmers, and the age group eligibility is between 18 to 40 years, and a monthly pension of Rupee 3000 will be provided to farmers on attaining the age of 60. Now, since this scheme is contributory, the farmers will have to make a monthly contribution of Rupee 55 to 200 depending on their age of entry. The central government will also make an equal contribution of the same amount. Now, it should be kept in mind that LIC, that is Life Insurance Corporation, is the pension fund manager, and LIC will be responsible for pensions payout. On which date the 2019 edition of World Elephant Day was observed? Right answer is 12th of August. So recently, World Elephant Day was observed on 12th of August. If we talk about elephant, as per the latest elephant population estimation, there are 29,964 elephants in our country. The elephant census is conducted after every 5 years. On the other hand, the tiger census is conducted after 4 years. Now answer in comment box. As per the recent tiger estimation, which state is having highest number of tiger population? Now coming back to elephant, recently India's first hydrotherapy treatment center for elephants was started in Mathura in Uttar Pradesh. Apart from that, the first rehabilitation center of India will be set up in Kerala in Kottur. If we talk about Kerala, Kerala was in news as it became the first Indian state to get fund through World Bank's Climate Resilience Program. On which date the 2019 edition of World Organ Donation Day was observed? Right answer is 13th of August. So the World Organ Donation Day was observed on 13th of August, and the idea was to spread awareness about organ donation. Who is the head of High Level Committee on CSR, which recommended CSR expenditure to be made tax deductible expenditure? Right answer is Mr. Injeti Srinivas. If we talk about CSR, it is Corporate Social Responsibility, and recently a committee on CSR submitted its report. The committee was headed by Mr. Injeti Srinivas, and the main recommendations of the committee were making CSR expenditure tax deductible. On the other hand, the committee also recommended allowing the carry forward of unspent balance for a period of 3 to 5 years. The committee also recommended that violation of CSR compliance may be made a civil offense instead of a criminal one. If we talk about few other committees which were in news recently, Public Account Committee was in news as Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has been appointed as the chairman of Public Account Committee. On the other hand, Mr. Girish Bapat has been appointed as the chairman of Estimates Committee, and Ms. Meenakshi Lekhi has been appointed as the head of Committee on Public Undertakings. In addition to that, Mr. Kirit Premji Bhai Solanki has been appointed as the head of Committee on Welfare of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes. Apart from that, recently N. Gopal Swamy committee was in news as UGC has recommended the grant of Institutes of Eminence status to 20 institutions based on the recommendation of this committee. On the other hand, recently a committee headed by Mr. Subhash Chandra Garg recommended that cryptocurrencies should be banned in India. Recently, Mr. Subhash Chandra Garg has been appointed as the Power Secretary. If we talk about cryptocurrency, recently Facebook announced its cryptocurrency Libra. It will be launched in 2020. If we talk about Facebook, recently Facebook launched its first interactive game show Confetti in India. So these were the most important current affairs of the day. Thank you, and that's all for the day.